Will Yuta Okkotsu play a role in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2? The year's most highly anticipated anime sequel is currently airing, and the fandom has a burning question: where is Yuta Okkotsu? In its most awaited return to the screens, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 features one of the most crucial and defining anime arcs of modern times. The Shibuya Incident arc is a game-changer in anime storytelling, and its adaptation will be groundbreaking. It's the kind of mega event that used to be the signature marker of the Big Three, and now one of the members of the Dark Trio is keeping the tradition alive. The Shibuya Incident arc is the pinnacle of JJK lore and a rare experience where there's no telling who is going to come out on the other side. The stakes are high in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, and each side can use a trump card. Gojo is an obvious advantage to the Jujutsu sorcerers, and fans can affirm that the victory could be theirs with Sukuna's help if the going gets tough. However, Sukuna's not a reliable or a controllable ally, for that matter, so all eyes are on another high-ranking and naturally talented Jujutsu sorcerer who has been MIA since the events of Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Everyone wants to know where Yuta Okkotsu is, and whether will he be Gojo's secret ace in the hole against Geto like he was before. JJK pulled off a smart move by overhyping Yuta's character in Season 1, and then finally introducing him in the prequel feature film. It made the fans curious as to who this mysterious sorcerer was who even got Oitoto excited. However, Yuta didn't make an appearance in the original story. Instead, he was given royal treatment and received a whole movie dedicated to his origin story. The fandom fell in love with the shy and innocent-looking Yuta Okkotsu, who was a victim of his own cursed energy. Thinking that he was cursed by his late childhood friend Rika, Yuta succumbed to being a social recluse so that he wouldn't further hurt anyone. However, when the higher-ups announced his execution, Gojo intervened and offered to teach him at Jujutsu High. Getting a taste of Gojo's backstory in the first core of Season 2, it's now understandable why the blue-eyed sorcerer has a soft spot for troubled youngsters. Just like Yuji, he couldn't bear to see a young boy's life go to waste. By the end of JJK 0, Yuta Okkotsu awakens the true power within him and, shockingly, defeats Geto all by himself. At the end of the movie, Yuta is seen training overseas with a foreign sorcerer, Miguel, who initially sided with Geto. While he's enjoying his meal, he is met by Satoru Gojo, and the scene cuts there. It isn't clear what exactly happened to him after the movie ends, but according to a number of mentions of him in Season 1, it's clear that he's still training overseas. In the current events of JJK Season 2, Yuta Okkotsu is still training overseas and has little to no role in the current Shibuya Incident arc. From the manga standpoint, Yuta was the prequel's protagonist, and it seems that his character has no role in the main plotline. He doesn't appear in the first and the second seasons because he has a part to play in the later arcs of the manga. Looking at how unconventional JJK has been with its characters, plotlines, and execution, it's no surprise that Yuta isn't the focus of the story, despite being one of the strongest young sorcerers. Even Gojo admitted at one point that he has the potential to be as strong as he is. JJK has changed the way shonen anime used to overhype OP characters by not making the entire story about them. JJK is not only about Yuji or Gojo, it perfectly distributes the limelight to every character when the time comes. One can say that Yuji Itadori is the show's protagonist as he's introduced that way, but it's impossible to cast aside Gojo simply as a supporting character or even Megumi and Nobara. Shonen anime, like JJK, have walked out of the classical trope of making it all about the characters and have worked to strengthen the story instead. As for Yuta, unfortunately, he will be in Africa for most part of JJK's main story as the Shibuya Incident arc. He will not be coming to save the day and will be introduced in the story only after Gojo is sealed. Yuta's appearance in the upcoming sequel will only be restricted to a few mentions, which confirms his ongoing journey to absolute strength. Gojo and Pseudo-Gato will exchange a few words about him during their highly anticipated confrontation, and briefly talk about his copied and boundless curse technique. Yuta Okkotsu is a respected, if not feared, special-grade sorcerer with historic powers. He is not only Gojo's distant relative, but also the descendant of one of the big three vengeful spirits named Sugawara Michizane. It's revealed at the end of the movie that it was actually him who turned Rika into a cursed demon instead of the other way around. With his relentless curse technique and the vast amount of cursed energy, he is held in high esteem by both the Tokyo and Kyoto Jujutsu sorcerers. It's evident that Yuta will have a central role to play following the Shibuya incident arc, and will come face to face with the formidable King of Curses to have an epic showdown. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 returned after a short break on 31st August and is currently available to stream on Crunchyroll and Netflix.